At this point my PC was making noises like he was screwing himself. And he definitely was. And here we are. Again. Trying to learn how to make video games, but this time, I will record everything so everyone can see my disappointing failure. I call this future disappointment Shitty Bird Game 1.0. Just because I don't know how to make a game. Let's hope this shit will be easy and pain-free to make. Spoiler alert, it's not. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Trying some layers but overall familiarizing myself with disaster that's going to become. Well, good start would be to make a player. Someone that we can torture or at us. Let's make it a sphere because that's the closest I can make it to look like a bird. Right now I don't know what I'm doing but we can say. I'm learning. Lol. A good idea would be to name our player. In case we forgot, because in the end this is going to look like a bird took nice, fat, shit. Over everything. Because it will. Even better idea will be to add rigid body to our player. I saw it in some tutorials. And yes. Everything I do here is going out of my head. For now no tutorials, but soon, yes tutorials. It's good that gravity is working. I should make a folder for my scripts. Because, sadly, I'm going to have to do some programming. Or in my case, copy-pasting from internet. Oh, I remember now. Visual Studio. My dear friend and my worst enemy. Hope we will get along like always. He is not a reason why I quit 3 months ago. Definitely not a reason. And here we are. I don't even remember how to write my first line of code. Great. It's kind of funny when I'm editing this because I can see myself struggle down the road and probably crying myself to sleep every night. Oh my dear variables, who would have thought that I will go search you on internet? And who would have thought that after 10 minutes of reading this, I would come to some conclusion? There is no conclusion. And will never be. Just like the chaos of all around the world. Even as big idiot I can be, I thought you can type some player variable. How foolish. First of all you can only declare a variable and store information in it. Information such as numbers and functions, or you can store my favorite, sadness. I went to YouTube for help. Maybe some fast coding guide could help me achieve my dreams. In the end, I abandoned my dreams. Found this Flappy Bird tutorial. The fastest way to learn is to skip through everything, but at least this video taught me how to maybe type a variable. But I had this amazing awakening that there is no need to make a player variable. Because it doesn't exist. What I need to focus on is movement of the player and not what in reality player really is. First good step would be a movement of the player. The good thing is that I found more helpful video on how to move a player. And it really helped me. That's awesome because I can't even help myself. So I scrambled through this video and copied everything that boss man said. I remembered about this shitstorm called transform.translate. It basically means it's going to translate our player, which means it's going to move him. And we are going to have all control over him. We can make him suffer as much as we want, and nobody would dare to stop us. Obviously, there is input.getAxis, which just gives us an option to move our player with keys. W, A, S, D, or with arrow keys. We need a ground too, where we would be able to move our player. And yes, my bird won't be able to fly. Not because of her stupidity. Because of mine. By the way, I should add material to my player so I can change his color. And so I can make him more recognizable to our thirsty lusty eyes. Now that our eyes are set, we just need to move him. And, look. It's moving. Isn't this incredible? It just took 1 hour of my life to make him move, and somehow my next task is to make enemies. Worse, to make them move and spawn. And look, our dear internet is going to help me again. I found what I needed, but sadly I haven't realized that this code is for 2D stuff. So I spent another hour of my life that is going to become ultimate failure. While oblivious to my own stupidity, I made this green thing. It's supposed to represent an enemy. A tree, more correctly. I even made a script. A script to spawn and move enemies. I copy-pasted everything without giving it a single thought. And, isn't it beautiful? 26 lines of code that are for some reason still holding together, and I don't understand what they are supposed to do. After many failed attempts and little to none thought why my green stick isn't moving towards camera, I finally realized that I will need to start using my brain if I want this to work. So I tried. I made some changes to the script. Basically swapping vector2 variable with vector3 variable. I didn't even recognize an error that was blinking all this time. This is just how good I am. I just needed to add rigid body to enemy. Solved. Now on bigger problem. What to end and how to fix it. After playing lottery with the code and many lost tickets later, I finally hit a jackpot. Which is in my case solution to a problem. I just needed to redirect speed from X to Z. This is just a half solution to my problem. Stupid stick keeps falling. And I don't want that in my game. Solution was just to uncheck, use gravity, on stupid stick. For the first time I thought I was smart. So I continued copy-pasting everything from spawn enemy script. And everything was going great as always. After adding script to stupid stick I pressed play and let magic perform itself. At this point my PC was making noises like he was screwing himself. And he definitely was. So that's it, after everything, I decided to give it a rest.